For me, the AJ is somewhere that I go to see what the latest trends in architecture and to see really high quality projects. Also, for me personally, I was shortlisted 40 Under 40 many years ago now, but it gave me a real sort of leg up in the industry, so I feel very fond of the AJ.
I think it's great to have a range of judges. People from the industry who know about practice and have also taught as well. So they come from both the practice and the education side. So they've just got the depth of experience to be able to, give really incisive thoughts on the students' work.
It's a great privilege to be invited to judge these awards. Having taught for a few years at a London university, it's really interesting to see the spectrum of work that's coming out of schools across the country. So I leapt at the chance to be involved in the judging.
It's a privilege because to witness the enormous amount of work and effort and passion that goes into students' work, much more than us as professionals, in fact, is really an honour actually. It's fantastic.
I have to say I was amazed by the breadth of responses, and also it's created a very interesting day today as we've been debating different directions in which students can take their work.
I thought the entries were incredible in terms of their technical ability. I think there's a massive range in the submissions in terms of some that were sort of more conceptual, whereas others were a lot more resolved and impressive in terms of their technical level.
The level of representation was kind of jaw-dropping actually. There's clearly kind of a lot of talent out there, and certainly from my day studying where things were a lot more manual, let's say, a lot more kind of sort of practical kind of model making and sketching. Not to say that's been lost in what we saw today, but the kind of level of visuals, of in some cases filmmaking, has been really exceptional.
I thought we had an amazing selection of entries. They were incredibly diverse across all RIBA accredited architecture schools. But I think what most made them really interesting was that together they provide a really fascinating directory of what our future architects are going to look like.
I think it's a great accolade for the students that win prizes in this year's competition. To be able to go to a future employer saying that they've won the AJ Student Prize, we certainly kind of look at that very positively as a practice.
It's really nice to be invited just to look at the best work in the country. That is fantastic. So all the schemes there at the top of their universities, and to see them all in one go is a bit of a treat.
And we've been sort of sat looking at all of these projects all throughout the day. Sort of have the best project out of all of those really shows that the student could go a long way in the industry, and is going in the right direction in terms of their career trajectory.
As an employer, I'm always looking out not just for the work that's in front of me, that's obviously the main thing, but what people have done elsewhere, how keen they are to succeed, and any sort of external measure of that is always a good thing.
Obviously, if someone wins, it's a way in which they can be quite picky about where they can go and work, or it could also give them an opportunity to start their own practice and really explore some of the themes that they've been looking at.
Clearly, to have not just got through to the shortlist, being the best of their school to be put forward for the prize, but the best of the best really from 70 or so different schools across the country. I think it's a huge accolade to make that.